Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking about 3 areas I believe you should be focusing your learning on if you want to become a cloud engineer in 2020. I'll try my best to keep it short and sweet, but also provide an overview and some tools and some resources and perhaps some project ideas for each area. You build, monitor, administrate, architect cloud solutions and infrastructure, and depending on where you work, if you work at a larger company, you might be involved in just one of these tasks. If you work at a smaller company like me, you may have your hands in every bit of these tasks, and it can be overwhelming, but it's also very exciting, so stick with it. You're going to live and breathe in one or multiple cloud platforms at your job, so learning one well is the key here. In 2020, you can't go wrong with learning AWS, Azure, or GCP. AWS does have more jobs. I think that's just because they have been around for longer and they currently hold the majority of the market share, though Azure is catching up pretty fast. And GCP isn't as popular, but it's still a very, very interesting option. And I would totally say if you're interested in learning, Google Cloud, go for it. The key really is to just learn one well. A lot of the practices that you learn in one will translate over to all of them. It basically just comes down to, things are named differently in different cloud platforms. So yeah, pick one, learn one well. I think certifications are great ways to get a wide range of high-level knowledge on multiple services inside of the cloud platform that you choose. I know a lot of people don't like certifications, but I think if you're just getting started, they are amazing. I know they helped me a lot, and they still do help me, even though I've been in the field for a couple of years now. Of course, they won't replace getting hands-on. Sign up for a cloud platform, you'll get some free credits, and as you go through tutorials, as you're watching a video, as you're reading some sort of blog post or book, implement the theory, implement the exercises. Just make sure to delete the resources after you're done using, you're done learning. I would recommend Linux Academy. They're not paying me or sponsoring this video or anything like that, but I used them when I was getting AWS certified like 3-4 years ago. And what helps me a lot was they have live labs and sandbox environments built into the course. So it's a couple of videos, and then you get a set of instructions in a sandbox environment to implement what you've learned, and then you keep going, and you have a mix of theory and hands-on work that you get done, and it's really a great way to learn. I'm going to break this down into 2 parts. Part 1, learn the theory and why DevOps is important. Part 2, learn the skills and the tools that implement the skills. It's a set of practices that if you implement, you will shorten your development lifecycle, improve your software quality, and provide continuous delivery of your software. And all of this, of course, means you better serve your customers, and your time to market is shorter, which would make you more competitive, which is always a good thing, just because you can release quicker. For this, I recommend 2 books. The book called The Phoenix Project, which is a story. It's about an IT manager who inherits this mission critical, business critical project that is severely over budget and severely behind schedule. The CEO one day comes in and it's like, if you don't fix everything within 90 days, I'm going to outsource your entire department. And this is like thousands of people. So obviously thousands of people will be losing their jobs. Funny story here. I was actually reading that book. I had just finished that book before I went for my interview for the junior role, my junior cloud engineering role, which is a couple years back. And I had finished my interview with the person who's like my direct supervisor now. And we were waiting for the CEO to come in, and the supervisor asked me, just to kill time, like, hey, what are you currently reading? And I told him The Phoenix Project, and he was like, no way, I'm currently reading that too. And then we sort of established a bond there over the story. And then I asked him as I was working on the script of this video, like, hey, was that moment we had over talking about The Phoenix Project, did that influence at all of the fact that I got hired? And he mentioned that he believes that yes, because it showed that I had, an actual passion for learning about these things. So I don't know if that story helps you at all, but it helped me get hired. The second book is the DevOps Handbook, where the Phoenix Project tells you the story of implementing DevOps practices. The DevOps Handbook is the handbook of doing it, like the instructions manual. It gives you the theory and the technical steps to follow. Those 2 kind of go hand in hand. Inside of DevOps, you have automated testing, continuous integration, and continuous deployment, monitoring, and infrastructure as code, which what I would say are the most important skills to know. The most popular tools for each one. Typically, you'll see CI, CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment, and automated testing as one tool or one service. And, GitHub Actions, Azure DevOps, Circle CI are the ones that come to mind. So Google those, see which one you like the most. And as a project, deploy your own website using CI and CD. For infrastructure as code, Docker is pretty much the standard for working with containers. Kubernetes is pretty much the standard for container orchestration, so organizing your Docker containers. And then you have Terraform, which I would believe is probably the industry standard for provisioning infrastructure, but there are other things like Ansible, I believe Jenkins as well, but Terraform is what I use, so I'm a little biased. And monitoring. Grafana comes to mind, Datadog, New Relic, Prometheus. Prometheus probably might be your best bet. But like I said, Google the skill and then see what tools come up and, pick which one you want to learn. And another project could be deploy some infrastructure with Terraform, and that will give you some infrastructure as code experience. Really, the cost saving and the time saving and the magic and benefit of using the cloud comes when you can automate your tasks, and you will have to do that through code. Recommending the best code programming language to learn is hard. Honestly, you have to pick one and learn it well and the concepts well. That way you can, like every other area, learning one and then you can translate your skills. It's the same thing with programming. Like when I was starting with AWS, I picked up Python and shell scripting. And when I got hired for my junior role, they were an Azure shop. They are an Azure shop. So I picked up PowerShell and C#, and that's currently what I use on my day-to-day. It's really about understanding the concepts and then picking the right tools for it. If you're still having a hard time picking a language, you really can't go wrong with Python. As a side note, I will say, learn to use the terminal, learn to move around comfortably in the terminal, learn some of the popular commands, some of the networking things. It will save you a lot of time. So some resources here. For Python, there's this book called Python Crash Course. I think it's by Eric Matthews. And there's a YouTube series called Python 2020 by Derek Banas. Very good resources for Python. As far as using the terminal and shell scripting, I would say Joe Collins. Joe Collins has a fantastic series on it. So just look it up on YouTube. You'll find it. You don't have to be a master at one specific tool. The most important part of being a cloud engineer is understanding why you would have to use something and when is something the best to use. Tools come and go, but the practices and the skills are always there. They evolve, but they're always there. So don't worry too much about being like the Kubernetes expert or the Docker expert or the Terraform expert. Don't worry about that. That comes with as you evolve in your career. And, there's plenty of things that I still have no idea about. Here I am, making a living doing this. Cloud is very overwhelming. There's a lot of potential, a lot of movement going on here. With a little bit of work, a little bit of focus, you can land that job. So good luck to you, and I will see you in the next video.